Have you ever felt lost in the endless search for external validation and success, only to experience a deep inner emptiness? The answer, my wise companions, lies in the timeless philosophy of Stoicism, a path that guides us to rediscover the true source of wholeness, the self. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with messages telling us that our worth is measured through our status, possessions, and the opinions of others. But as the ancient Stoics understood, true happiness and contentment can only be found when we direct our gaze inwards and learn to cultivate the virtues that reside within our being. Therefore, let us embark together on a journey where we will explore the profound transformations that occur when we decide to focus on ourselves. For in doing so, we will unlock the keys to a life of purpose, resilience, and deep and lasting peace. Are you ready to discover what happens when you truly focus on yourself? I invite you to join me on this fascinating journey. My friends, be sure to subscribe to our channel and stay till the end. You won't want to miss a single moment of the revealing insights that lie ahead. Gaining self-awareness. When we stop to reflect on our thoughts, emotions, and behavior, we begin to see ourselves more clearly. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely observed, part of healing is wanting to be cured. By looking within, we can discover our deepest values, our innate strengths, and the areas in which we need to grow. This self-awareness, this radical honesty with ourselves, allows us to make conscious decisions that align with our true nature, instead of simply reacting to the whims and demands of the world around us. For too long, we have allowed ourselves to be defined by external markers of success. Job titles, bank balances, the number of followers on social media. But the Stoics remind us that the only true measure of a person's worth is the content of their character, the quality of their thoughts and actions. When we cultivate self-awareness, we begin to see beyond the superficial appearances of life and reconnect with our essence. In that moment of clarity, we find the courage to chart our own path and live according to our deepest beliefs. Your self-esteem increases. When we direct our gaze inward, great gifts await us. As awareness of our thoughts and motivations grows, so does respect for the spiritual force that resides within each soul. Through introspection, we discover virtues that do not depend on circumstances. The wise Epictetus knew that true good comes from the mental courage to stand firm in one's principles, despite ease or difficulty. By concentrating daily on improving our inner character, a quiet feeling of dignity emerges. We no longer seek our worth in the applause or opinions of others, but in the faith that we sincerely strive for justice, wisdom, and compassion. Modern studies show that those who engage in personal development report higher self-esteem even in the face of life's adversities. While external factors are beyond our individual control, it is wonderfully liberating to realize that our intrinsic worth does not fluctuate with the whims of fate. With the self as our anchor, we bravely face crises, confident in our intrinsic worth. This self-respect, born of honest appraisal, provides calm in the midst of any storm and a refuge finally found within our own soul. Stress and anxiety decrease. In today's chaotic world, it can seem almost impossible to find peace. But I tell you that the ancient Stoic philosophers knew the secret to calm. Look within. When we redirect our attention away from the endless distractions and drama around us, and focus on cultivating virtue and strength of character, life begins to simplify. Modern research supports this. A recent survey found that nearly 75% of Americans feel overwhelmed and stressed most of the time. However, those who practiced self-reflection regularly reported feeling much less anxious, even during difficult times. As the great Marcus Aurelius understood, external factors are beyond our control. But how we allow events to influence our internal disposition is up to us. By monitoring our thoughts and controlling irrational fears at the mind's door, we gain power over our emotions and discover a realm of inner serenity. This is the reward for those who are tireless in improving their mindset. A life lived on their own terms, untroubled by fortunes beyond their control. Achieve your goals. When you look inside yourself and take proper care of your growth and needs, great things become possible. By nurturing our inner gardens, we flourish into our highest potential. Focusing on the inner provides clarity on our deepest values and highest priorities. With that clarity, we can remain centered, helping ourselves and others. Recent surveys show that those who prioritize self-care are much more likely to achieve their goals. One study found that more than 80% of those who have achieved their goals devote daily time to reflection and renewal compared to less than 20% of others. When we fill our cups first, we have much more to offer the world. Like the steady drop that hollows out the stone, focusing inward slowly molds our character into its finest form. Difficulties that seemed insurmountable vanish when we remain in our truth. With a quiet mind, we find solutions where others see only problems. This, my friends, is what happens when we focus on ourselves, our highest good and the highest good of all. We take better care of ourselves when we look inside ourselves and gain knowledge of our true nature. We begin to value ourselves in a whole new way. With self-esteem comes self-care. Recent studies show that nearly 80% of those who prioritize self-reflection report improvements in diet, exercise habits, and stress management. Interestingly, history shows that this wisdom is timeless. More than 2,000 years ago, leaders discovered the same lessons we are remembering today. One leader said, "He who knows himself goes from victory to victory." By daring to face ourselves and embrace both our strengths and our weaknesses, we wake up to what really matters, our well-being. We no longer fill every moment or solve every problem, but we create space simply to be. When we stop seeing that our natural state is complete and whole, the agitation disappears. What remains is a calm clarity with compassion and the energy to live each day to the fullest without regret or resentment. This, my friends, is the peace that comes from focusing on ourselves. Live life your own way. True freedom lies not in what the outside world thinks of us, but in what we think of ourselves. For too long, we have sought approval, defining our worth according to the status and opinions of others. But have courage, for you hold the key to living on your own terms. When was the last time you reflected on your dreams, your talents, those things that fill you with joy from within? Our lives are like ephemeral candles that go out too soon. Don't let yours go out without purpose or passion. Focus inward. Listen to your heart, and you will discover the courage to follow your path without bowing to expectations or fears. Observe successful souls, and you will see that they define themselves instead of being defined by others. Have the courage to do the same. The fruits are spiritual wealth and peace that no adversity can disrupt. Chart your course according to your inner self, not according to the titles assigned to you by anonymous crowds. This is the transformative power that is unlocked when we become the heroes of our own stories. Pick up your pen, friend, and write your story as only you can. My dear friends, the path of Stoicism is not easy, but it is worth walking. I invite you to join me in this exploration, to like, subscribe, and activate notifications to discover together the transformative power of focusing on ourselves. We are what we wish to see in the world, living as shining examples of what is possible when we have the courage to look within and truly embrace our essence. Always remember this: the future is in our hands, my friends, and it begins with cultivating the inner self.